everybody. Before I get started, welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna go back to cooking. We're going to be making lentil tomato curry soup. I've actually made this before and I really like it. If you don't like lentils, it's totally fine. Remember, you can always change up the recipe. I'm actually gonna add kale to my soup because I gotta have those greens. Like I said, I'm bunny, I love my greens. But yeah, since like this week, it's here in SoCal, there's gonna be a lot of rain, and so with the cold weather, it's perfect to go ahead and make some soup. In my earlier video, I showed you how to make the grilled cheese sandwich with bacon jam, so you can eat that with the soup that you're making today. It goes great. And so the ingredients we're going to be using, again, I have attached the recipe for your guys' convenience. Today I'm going to go a lot faster. You're not going to see me chop things. It's going to take too long. So I've already cut everything. So the main ingredients, I'm just going to do a quick run through. Obviously, we have canned crushed tomatoes in puree. And then we're going to need a can of that, coconut milk, chopped onions, minced garlic, which if you saw my bacon jam video, I show you how to do that. Curry powder, red pepper, cayenne, salt, any kind of salt. I use Himalayan salt, black pepper. If you guys don't know what lentils are, it's like this. It's red lentils. Feel free to use green lentils. Any other bean, take it out by all means. Cilantro, because that adds a lot of flavor. And of course, I'm adding kale. So I'm actually going to show you how to cut kale because it's a bit tricky in a way if you've never worked with kale before. So I would grab about maybe 2 to 3 stalks of the kale if you guys are wishing to pursue to add kale into your soup. I know it doesn't look like a lot when you just take out is 2 stalks really enough? Trust me, once you cut it up, it's a lot. If you want to use spinach, add carrots, other vegetables. If you want to, actually the first time I made it, I added Italian sausage, ground sausage, to it to, add like that protein. But I'm actually choosing to make mine vegetarian this time because, depending on when you're watching this video, it's also gonna be Good Friday and no meat Friday. So just trying to keep it vegetarian for this time around, but in the future I'll probably add like meat. But anyways, so let's go ahead and cut the kale. For this green, do wash it. Just rinse it with some cold water, and then go ahead and cut. So I've already pre-washed it. And let me get this out of the way so then you guys can watch. So this is like 1 stalk, 2 stalks, and then I have some smaller ones in here. So before you cut it, there is this large stalk. We do not eat the stalk, okay? So I'm gonna actually grab it from the end and literally pull it like that. And then we actually just toss this. So again, grab it from the end and woo-hoo, just like that. Okay, so now that we have just the leaf portion of it, okay, so you're gonna go ahead and roll it up in order to cut so you have like finely more like smaller pieces. So you're gonna cut like this. Be careful, don't chop your finger off. So then, you get smaller pieces, You can do it however big or small that you like, and I'm just gonna toss it back in here, ones that are done. And then once you're done cutting it, just set it aside, because that's gonna be like the last ingredient that we put into the soup, okay? And then if you're noticing while watching this video, I'm wearing the same outfit as the grilled cheese sandwich one because I am actually making it on the same day. So actually it's currently sunny here in SoCal, but I'm actually choosing to post it on a different day, probably like today. I'm assuming that when you're watching it, it's going to be like rainy inside, or a rainy day I should say, and you're staying inside. Well, we should be staying inside anyways. Or you could possibly be watching it on Good Friday because maybe you need a vegetarian recipe to make. So soup, a vegetarian soup is always a great go-to, and you know, it's not, and since you're making a pot of it, it can last you for several days. You are allowed to make it several days in advance for the day that you do plan to eat it. Quite a bit of servings that you get out of it, so I'm hoping my family will enjoy eating this with me. I hope you guys are all doing fine. I know we've entered like the 4th week of shelter in place. Some of us are probably maybe starting to lose it. I know I can only keep myself entertained and occupied for a certain amount of time before I need to invest in a new activity because I just need to keep myself busy, but I also don't like doing the same thing over and over again. I like to keep it different. Holy Week and then Easter is coming up. What are your guys' plans? What are you guys gonna do for Easter? Obviously most of you guys are spending time with your family, but since we can't, you know, go out to eat or, you know, go to church or any of their regular traditions, what are you guys doing differently this year? For us, we're gonna definitely be watching Mass online as usual, which personally, I don't know, I've found it very different. I definitely don't think it's as reverent as, you know, attending Mass in person. Or obviously, like for Catholics, we don't get to receive Holy Eucharist, which is really sad. You know, you don't get to say like Happy Easter or be joyful and share that celebration with other people in person. And of course we can say Happy Easter through the phone or messaging or emailing people, but I feel like it's not the same. And I'm trying hard not to be attached to my phone. I know it's hard because that's usually like the only way of communication nowadays, but you know, I'm hoping that things will start to decline, you know, by Easter, so that we can all be done with this shelter in place by the end of the month, because I really miss socializing with people, seeing people, hanging out, and just going back to like everyday life. And that's all the activities I get to do. I don't know about you. I mean, like I said before, like this has been a blessing, you know, being sheltered in place, because I get to spend more time with my family, learning new things like, you know, creating YouTube videos. Props to the people who do this for a living, I swear. It's a lot of work. I mean, I do find it fun. You know, I've learned to improve my editing and video skills because, you know, last time I made an iMovie was for my high school golf video for banquet, I mean, I've done it for like other things too, but I mean, I don't put those skills to practice on a regular basis. I'm not in business, I'm not in marketing. I have no intention of becoming famous from this. I'm just doing it for funsies. I might phase out of this, you know, after being sheltered, when the shelter in place gets lifted. But this is like fun to do as of now. Maybe this might be good practice for me when I go to Peru, because I do plan to vlog for that. So hopefully I'll just be more comfortable when I'm in a different country by myself, you know, vlogging, probably gonna get weird stares, but hey, getting in the practice now. But yeah, like, again, I'm not trying to be famous out of this. I'm just doing it for funsies. My friends and the people who know me know that this isn't my aspiration. My aspiration is to become a physician assistant. So, like the total end of the spectrum, you know, going into medicine, and marketing business is not my thing. But, you know, trying to stay creative, and I'm a go-getter. I like to seek new adventures, seek new things, because it keeps me going in life. But anyways, enough talk. I've already finished cutting all the kale. I set that aside, toss this out. And so now we're gonna go ahead and start cooking. So go ahead and grab a large pot, because there's gonna be a lot of soup and we don't want to overflow. Okay, gosh. Okay, finding angles and, you know, trying to place my iPad so you guys can see as best as possible and follow along with me is definitely a challenge, but I guess this is working. Sorry, I think it's kind of at an angle, but we're gonna make it work. All right, so first, with your pot, you're gonna go ahead and grab the oil that you already measured, the 2 tablespoons, I believe. And go ahead and turn it on to about medium heat. There we go. All right, so I already measured the oil. You're gonna go ahead and pour that in. All right, you're gonna let that up for a little bit, and then go ahead and grab your chopped onions that you already chopped up in advance, which I already did too, because I'm sure you don't want to watch me chop everything. All right, once it's like heated, go ahead and put it in. Which is me. I'm gonna have to bend. Try not to stand too close, because remember, when you smell things, you don't want to directly smell. Alright, so you want to go ahead and cook the onions for about 8 to 10 minutes, or basically until the onions are golden brown. Then you're going to add the rest of the ingredients. By the rest is just like the dry stuff. So that includes your garlic, red pepper, curry powder, and yeah, just that so far. But one thing at a time. So another thing is, if you don't want to put anything in it at all, you could even just make it into a creamy coconut tomato soup. So just like a simple soup, but a little bit of a kick with, you know, the coconut. And that becomes a simple tomato soup, and then that you can eat with your grilled cheese sandwich, or you can eat it with just bread. Like I like to eat it with also like sourdough bread that I like toast. That's probably what I'm gonna do when Friday comes around, or today is Friday that you're watching it. Eat the soup, dip it with the bread, and that makes for a great meal. Briefly so you guys can hear me. So with onions, You want to make it so it looks like a little bit like glossy is when you know when it's starting to be brown and golden. And if you don't like onions, because it's like a strong flavor and you kind of have to kind of get used to it. Actually back in college, one of my friends, actually the friend who got into PT school, she taught me how to caramelize onions, which makes the onions more sweet. So if you're not a big fan of onions, you can definitely caramelize your onions. So that just means you're adding brown sugar to the onions to like caramelize it and get that brown color, and that makes it more sweet, so it's not as strong. But I've grown to be fine with onions, so I don't do it anymore. But my friend, she caramelizes like everything. That's like her signature thing. Okay, so this is pretty good for me. You can see it looks brown and caramelized. Not caramelized, my bad. Brown and golden is what it's supposed to look like. So, and those are just going to continue to shrink as we cook. So we just want to make sure we don't burn it. So now I'm going to go ahead and add the other stuff. So you got your minced garlic. And the reason why we're adding the garlic now and not when we were initially cooking the onions is because garlic actually cooks much faster. So if you added the garlic with the onions for this, it would burn and cook before the onion. So that's why we add the garlic afterwards. Tip. Then I measured the curry powder. Add that. And your red pepper. Ooh, it smells so good. And if you're hearing my music, my playlist, for those of you who have listened to it, is very random. So like this song, for example, is from the movie Mamma Mia. I love that movie. I actually want to rewatch the second one, but I haven't been able to find one on the streaming service that I have. So I'm kind of like waiting for that. Go chasing your emotion. We're going to go ahead and add the lentils. Okay, the lentils, keep it dry because I learned this made a mistake the first time. I thought I had to cook it beforehand, but actually you don't need to cook it beforehand because it's just going to cook in the soup base when we later add the tomato puree and water. So just add it dry. Don't worry, we'll cook on its own. Trust the process. So just cook about, so just like mix for about a minute. And while that's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and open this. Okay, so I already opened it. You can use a can opener or whatever. Ah, do not have nails. Careful when you're opening this. Okay, so open it, add 1 can. All right, and then I am actually going to reuse this. So it calls for 2 1/4 cups of water. I'm actually just gonna use this to add the water. So this is 12 ounces and 16 ounces is roughly 2 cups. So I'm just gonna add like 1 and like a half of this. And then that way we're getting all that tomato. Yes, I love Disney, so again, my music is super random. So when it comes to like my music taste, for those of you who are curious, like what kind of music do you like? I usually like any type of music that I can sing along to, like pop, any form of pop really, even like country pop, some R&B, rap. It's not too much. You know, I'm not like one of those people that like stick to an album or stick to an artist. It's more of like if I like the song, I like it, you know, based on like the beat, if I can sing along to it. So you'll see, you'll hear it for yourself. Actually, my friends and I in college, we all had annual Disneyland passes. And I definitely miss going to Disneyland, more or less. I mean, I'm not like that obsessed, but I still haven't gone to see the new Star Wars land. So that's definitely on my bucket list, but I think I'm just gonna wait until Marvel Land opens. I love Marvel. I have a couple of friends who are like obsessed with Marvel and they introduced me to it, and just their amount of knowledge, you know, helps me to love it even more. Can you guys guess who my favorite Marvel character is? I'll let you think about it. For those of you who already know, don't mention it. So I'm one of those, I don't know, I love like hero characters, someone who's, you know, a leader, you know, stands up for their feelings. So I'm a big fan of Captain America. Yes, I know. Very patriotic. You know, I actually used to have like these imaginations that, ooh, I want to marry someone who, you know, is in like a suit in a way, like someone in the military or whatever. I don't know, like someone in a suit just seems so admirable, you know, because they're like fighting for their country and like all these things. But when I was thinking about it more, like in reality, I think I would be super sad because long distance relationships don't go too well for me. And, you know, I would be just like so sad to not be able to see my significant other or anything like that. But yeah, I like Captain America. He's very attractive. He's a leader. He's super loyal. You know, he's like the epitome of like perfect. And how ironic, I'm talking about Marvel, and the Black Panther song comes on. Another great movie. It's like high up there. I'm like, fight you, I fight myself. I fight God, just tell me how many birds left. Fight pain and hurricanes to do what. Okay, I'm gonna add the coconut milk. So be sure to shake the can so it's all like consistent. And I'm actually gonna take out a 1/4 cup of this because you're gonna save it for serving to drizzle on the top. Pray for me. Gonna pray for me. Okay, so set this aside for later. And then you just pour the rest in here. It's gonna make it very creamy. And like as you said, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's like changing. It changed the color to be a little bit more creamy looking. I actually loved this song so much before when it came out. It's by The Weeknd. That I like tried to memorize the song, even the rap portion, even though I suck at that part. But now I've kind of like forgotten a bit. But yeah, thanks to my 2 friends, you know who you are, that introduced me to like loving Marvel movies. They would drag me out to go watch the like when the movies would come out, like firsthand or whatever it's called. Like, I used to never go and watch movies like literally when it first comes out, and you know, I I'm pretty patient when it comes to that. I can wait until it comes out on the streaming service to watch it. But because I want to just like experience what it's like to be so excited to watch like the movie when it first comes out, like opening night, that's the term, opening night, was pretty cool, like, you know, like watching it with that exciting atmosphere with everyone who's such a big fan is like really interesting to witness. So I only did that for some of the Marvel movies, so like of course Endgame, Infinity War, I think Black Panther, I'm not too sure, but I know I watched that in theater like a couple times. What else? I don't remember what else, but yeah, it was a great experience. Don't forget to also add salt and pepper. So the recipe that, I mean, I kind of like looked off of, but then ended up just playing around with my own. You just kind of put as much as you like, you know, kind of eyeball it. And then once we do like a taste test later, you know, if you want to add more. So I'm gonna now bring this to a boil. Once you bring it to a boil, you're gonna let it simmer for about like 20-25 minutes until it becomes a lot thicker in consistency, because right now it's very watery. Yes, we did put a lot of water. And we're also trying to cook, remember, the lentils. So see, I obviously cannot eat all of this on my own. So this is a great dish for if you want to serve it for the family. So I'm hoping my sister will like it because, you know, she's home with me now. So we've been cooking a lot together. And so she's actually studying right now, so I'm going to make her food, and hopefully my mom and dad will try it too. So yeah, it makes other people happy when you can like cook for them. Also trying to develop a better skill at cooking, because I used to be very lazy about cooking just because I didn't, not because I don't like to cook or anything like that, it's just more of like I just don't have time on my hand to cook. It's just like, you know, because you spend so much time cooking and then it's disproportionate to the amount of time when you eat your food. But obviously I have a lot more time, and actually before even the quarantine whole thing, I just began to cook a little bit more because I wanted to try like new things, because I can't eat like the same thing over and over again. And so I started to cook more and play around with recipes, and cooking is actually kind of like therapy. So if I'm like stressed or I just don't want to study or do whatever thing that I just not interested in doing at that moment, I'll just like cook and things like that. So yeah, so this is gonna cook. It's gonna take a while. Alright, so I'm gonna start washing dishes while this happens, because I like to use my time efficiently, but try not to be too far from this soup. You just want to make sure you don't set the house on fire or anything like that. So just keep an eye on it. Make sure once it starts to boil, then you can put a lid on to let it simmer and let it cook, and then just check on it every now and then. And then at the end, we will throw in the kale and cilantro. And then you want the kale to basically be very soft. And that's when you know it's all done. So I'm gonna be back. Yep. Better. So here's that consistency, a lot thicker. Smells so good. Alright, so I'm going to actually add cheese to it. I know. still have a lot of this Romano juice. So I'm gonna actually squeeze it in, make it oozy and cheesy. Oh, it's so pretty. Then like, woo. Alright, so I added the cheese already. Gotta add some like nice color to it. And for those who don't like cheese, you don't need to put that much, or just omit it completely if you don't want to add cheese. So I didn't put that much for those in my family that don't really like cheese. I can add the cheese on my own for my own bowl and then microwave it for like a few minutes or like 30 seconds, and that will bring that pretty effect. So let's go ahead and try it and see if it actually tastes good. Tastes kind of watery still. Maybe add some more salt and pepper. And I actually want it to be even more creamy, so I'm gonna add some heavy cream. And I'm just throwing things in. So here's some whipping cream. Let's see how this goes. So this just helps to make the soup base a lot thicker and creamier, since right now, since I just tasted it tastes kind of watery still, even though it's much thicker than when I initially started. Sorry, you guys can't see. So I added it, and see how this adds more cream to it. So if you want it to be more of a creamy, tomatoey type of soup, add heavy cream. And we'll make it a lot lighter in color. Okay. Let's try this again. Oh yeah, so much better. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt. Gotta also keep in mind that this is a lot of soup, so that's why it looks like I'm adding all the salt, but it's just I'm just doing sprinkles of it. So kale is a lot softer now looking because we've soaked it in the soup. Yep. Okay, good. So now let's go ahead and plate. I actually have a bowl that actually says soup. How cute. Alright, so now I'm going to show you a different angle so you can see how it looks all done and plated. Alright. Alright, so here is our soup all done. So remember that we had that extra coconut milk, so this is just kind of like for the aesthetic. Just gonna pull some. And then I'm gonna sprinkle some more cheese. my stomach is later gonna kill me for this. But hey, gotta enjoy. Here we go. So, ooh la la. And then I'm gonna go ahead and stick this in the microwave. And then we'll come back. Alright, so I already put it in the microwave to let that cheese melt. Look at that. Now let's mix it. Give it a try, shall we? Bon appetit. So good. I could literally just drink the soup itself. That dangerous. But yeah, go ahead and try it. If you actually do make it, please send me pictures if you want to be featured in my upcoming videos. I love to see your results. It actually makes me super happy because it shows that you guys are actually watching or you guys are actually going somewhere, inspiring you guys to try new recipes and cook. Keep yourself busy and make use of this extra time that we have on our hands. But yeah, so keep sharing, keep spreading that positivity, good vibes, stay positive, hang in there. I'm hoping those wars have arrived and that all of this will soon be over. So thanks again for watching. Bye.